This plant has been neglected.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
While we're here, this is one of the ways that my Stromanthe or your Stromanthe might tell you that it needs to be watered, is by its curling leaves here. So this one here, I believe, is the Triostar variegata Stromanthe. I mean, I'll get back to you on that, but I can't even stress on the details because if I do, I'll never be doing this video. So here we go. This plant here needs to be pruned, as you can see by these dead leaves here. And it also needs to be repotted because I'm seeing some of the roots coming out of the bottom. I mean, not a great deal, but I just want to put it in this terracotta pot because I love terracotta over plastic any day and all day because it allows it to breathe. When I say it, it allows the soil and the roots to breathe much better than the plastic does for all obvious reasons. And you are going to water your plant more when it's in a terracotta pot, but that's okay because you want fresh water in your soil and exposed to your roots. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to it, but I do need to sterilize my Fiskars. I almost snipped her. Just give me a second. Question for you if you know. I mean, side note, I can Google this, but I like to have conversations rather than, you know, just Google things. Says the millennial who is posting a YouTube video. Anyway, does Fiskars have a good gardening share? Because I'd be so down for that. Just letting you know. Let me know, actually. Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, so I just got a burr. AC just turned on and I'm freezing. You know what? I'm just gonna put my house coat on because I'm cold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for this. Oh, that's much better, guys. This is so cozy. Shout out to you, Mom, for getting me a wicked house coat for Christmas. Brr. Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is trim the dead bits off. So, this leaf here, for example, is not doing the greatest. So I'm going to take it back all the way. I'm just going to follow the petiole. The petiole is what attaches to the leaf. So I'm sorry guys, I don't have the best camera, but I'm just going to cut it right back as low as I can. And that's going to be the snip. Bear with me while I give her a haircut. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip her out of her old bucket, release some of the soil from the roots, and loosen up the roots as well. Now, I just want to mention that I haven't watered her in a little bit. That way the soil is nice and shrunken and dry and easier to work with. It's going to be easier to separate it from the roots. Okay, and speaking of easy, oh wow, it's got a really nice root system, guys. Check that out. And even this, so you can see that this leaf here was a new bit of growth that came around. So all of these roots are pretty much bound in the shape of the pot. And if I don't loosen those roots up, what's going to happen is it's going to continue to grow in this orientation because the roots have memory that they hang on to. So I'm just going to take out as much soil as possible. I'm going to loosen those roots and we'll repot her. So hang tight. You want to also be very, very gentle with this process here, not to break any of the roots. Okay, so with something like this, I would really suggest to kind of start just breaking it off the top where there are no roots at all. Okay, so you're gonna just start breaking all that free. So I'm just taking off that top layer of soil, and as you can see, the roots were hedging up into that area, so it's time for a repot. Anyway, you're not always going to have the roots peek out of the bottom, especially because of that root memory that I was talking to you about. So it is always nice that when your soil is dry, just slip it out of its pot just a little bit to take a peek at what those roots look like. Now what I'm doing is I'm squeezing the root ball just ever so slightly, and that's breaking up some of that dry soil there, and it's allowing it to come apart from itself. So it's going to be semi-important to keep some of the soil behind. Like, you don't want to wash it off or anything dramatic unless you have any bugs. But leave some soil behind, because biology that's in that soil, the old soil, is going to be beneficial when you move it on over to a new home. So I have removed a good amount of soil. Here we are. This is what we have left. There's our new growth, and there's our hollow deficit. I don't know why this happens, but sorry. There's our hollow deficit. Cool, huh? Okay. So I have my pre-made soil mixture here. It is just a mix of cocoa fiber, worm casings, and perlite. If you want to see how I made that, you can hop on over to my Instagram at NotJustKnitsNiagara, and you'll see that in my highlights there. I'll bring it over to you too eventually, but for now, that's where it is. I am making the biggest mess in the entire world, in case you were wondering, but that's okay. It's not worse than what my 2-year-old does. Okay. You don't want to jam the soil in there because it's going to really pack the roots, potentially could break the roots. So I just like to smack it down. And yeah, I get soil loss. I mean, I don't have a coffee filter to put at the bottom, so I'm just gonna deal with the loss, and that is what it is. Alrighty, so guys, that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. My Stromanthe is in a nice new happy home. So I'm just gonna give her a water, and while I do, I will tell you about some care tips here. So with it being part of the Maritaceae family, I do like to keep it a bit further back from any window so it can experience that full sun cycle a good day, evening, and nighttime, so it can go ahead and do the praying that it needs to. I like to let my soil dry out completely, like all my plants, and yeah, when the soil starts to crack, when the leaves start to curl, or when I remember, I will water it completely thoroughly until I have some good runoff. And it's important to know the weight of your plant prior to watering it. So know how much your plant plus the soil plus the pot weighs when it is completely bone dry. Having a plant is like having a relationship. Don't just have it and put it on your shelf. Get to know it, look at its new growth. You understand its needs, and it'll give back. Now I have gone ahead and overwatered this, and it is overflowing from the tray and pouring onto my table. But that's because I was hasty and I didn't give it a second to soak up. So I'm gonna let it sit there. I'm gonna let her soak up some water. And guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe and poke that notification button as well if you want to know when the next video is. Okay, peace out, guys. Love ya.
What a wonderful world.
Son of a gun, I have a big mess to clean up now. I mean, probably just gonna walk away from it. Okay, bye. Can you see what I'm showing you? Look at this spilling mess. Wow. You smell fresh. It smells fresh. I love how terracotta pots show you how wet they are. People like to say, pot your stuff in pre-soaked terracotta pots, but hey, your girl didn't do that. I'm doing it now. Giving her a good soaking now. So that's it. Okay, bye.